We've seen pretty calm conditions through most of the day today, but now we've seen some very strong thunderstorms moving around, still dropping a little bit of rain on Rexburg. From what I've seen from the camera here, we didn't see quite so much hail in Rexburg as we just saw within the last half hour or so in Idaho Falls. This storm really packing a punch as it moved over with some hail around 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch. And look at the temperature drop. We were up into the upper 60s in Rexburg, now just at 49 after that storm moved through, really cooling us down. 15-mile-per-hour winds still happening right now. We have seen some gusts up around 40 miles per hour in Rexburg. Now let's take a quick look at where the storm is now. We'll move over to the Viper radar so you can see that severe storm warning is extending into the mountain areas as we speak. St. Anthony looking at some active thunder and lightning right now. In fact, there's still some of that activity right over Rexburg, just near Idaho Falls. We can hear it in the studio. The strength of the storm has passed, but still pretty active out there. Looks like we've got another pretty strong storm down to the south. It passed through Firth and is now headed into the mountain areas. And of course, as we zoom out here just a little bit, you can see that there's more activity happening to our south throughout the mountain areas, particularly along the Idaho-Utah state line. Some stronger storms there, but of course the severe storms that we're seeing up here packing a little bit more of a punch and meriting, of course, that warning that is in place for this area until about 6:15. Let's take a look real quickly now that we've got an idea of where the storms are passing. Let's look at the winds that have spiked, see if those are still nice and strong into some of these areas. Earlier we were looking at more 20-mile-per-hour wind speeds like we're seeing right now into Pocatello, and gusts, of course, just a few moments ago when I looked, were around 40 miles per hour for Rexburg, still right up there at 36 miles per hour, also looking pretty gusty into the mountain areas. And again, we've watched a temperature drop as this storm has moved through. So we're looking at a pretty cool, cool upper half of the Snake River Plain right now, where we're seeing 60s down towards Idaho Falls and Pocatello. We'll be keeping track of that storm. We'll take another look at it coming up in the 8-day forecast, of course, as well as your extended forecast coming up.
Now, your first alert weather.
Here's a look at some of that storm activity that we saw pass through Idaho Falls just a moment ago. Here's Bob Seidel, a viewer's video that he sent in of his lawn. John Marrero as well. Lots of hail in Idaho Falls. I imagine we've seen hail in other areas as well. Hey, look, there I am filming some of that activity right outside the station. Yes, my shirt is still wet despite the fact that this was about half an hour ago, but look at that hail. I did a quick inspection of our vehicles. The hail was about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick, but no damage that I could tell to our vehicles here at the station. Of course, hail could be bigger in other spots. We are still seeing severe warnings in place as this storm now slides into Idaho's eastern highlands. In fact, we can take a look at that Viper radar. Here's a look. We still have some activity down to our south along the Idaho-Utah border, but the severe storm warnings are in place specifically up here to the north, now moving into the eastern highlands. So Teton County, Fremont County watching to be the next the next victims here as this storm rolls through. Lots of lightning happening with all of this activity. Just within the frame here, within the last half hour, we've seen nearly 300 lightning strikes. The positive strikes, of course, highlighted in yellow on the board. Those are stronger, more powerful strikes indicative of strength in that storm. So again, within these warning brackets, we're watching for the possibility of hail up to 1 inch in diameter. Wind gusts could top out at about 60 miles per hour. So take this one seriously. It could cause more damage into the area. Be prepared as that heads towards your neighborhood. Rexburg looking calm now after that storm already passed on through.